Hey guys, this is Kellwalkerpodcast again, and I'm with Josh Pryor today.
Hello.
And yeah, so we were just talking about the politics and stuff. So, like, what were you saying about giving people millions?
Well, he's Justin Trudeau these days are giving everyone a bailout. It seems like the oil industry is getting a bailout, and I don't understand why. I understand why the industry that's been gouging people for years is now just recently struggling, apparently, and I don't understand why they're even getting a bailout right now.
Well, and it's crazy because, like with the gas, like how low it's been.
Oh
Because I
yeah,
know with like the barrel of oil, it's been like pretty cheap, and it's just kind of weird because like I don't know why they would start lowering the prices now. I mean, I don't want to give you an impression that I'm complaining or anything, but like it's just kind of crazy because at one point, not too long ago, it was like a dollar, almost $1.40, and now it's like 97 cents at one point. It was crazy.
that's ridiculous. I was just watching the news there, and I just couldn't believe it that he was giving the oil industry like I'm not sure if it's a bailout or an incentive or I'm sorry I feel bad for you money. Like they're saying that Canada's oil is not doing so good, and
Hmm.
it's hard to build this pipeline, but they can't manage to get it built and get it done.
Well, isn't that with like because people were protesting that, or was that in the States? I can't remember.
Oh no, no, that was we bought I think it was up in the billions. We bought this like you and I we own a pipeline essentially. The government
Right.
put billions of dollars on this pipeline that we didn't actually need to buy because it was private, but we bought it because he thought it was a good idea for the rest of our society.
Yeah, and then if you look at like Alaska right now, we're trying to get that oil, but then the Russians are like,
Mother Russia.
yeah, they're trying to get their piece of the pie, and it's crazy because I remember like a couple years ago. Well, actually, this is probably like, oh god, yeah, about a couple years ago now, and I remember them talking about the news where like the Canadian Armed Forces are trying to make like almost like they're trying to create like not invisible, but like they're trying to make like camo that looks so off. Like I'm trying to find the word. Like they're trying to find like this camo that can blend in so well with the snow and
Oh,
in the
like
cold climate,
the camo.
almost like
It's
invisible
it's like,
camo,
it's like Harry Potter and his invisible cloak,
almost. But
or
like
is it Harry
it's
Potter or was it Lord of the Rings? They had an invisible cloak.
Harry Potter, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
yeah. I think Lord of the Rings had one too.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
they
Well,
did.
no, maybe no. It wasn't that they're invisible cloak. You just put on the ring and then
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you go
yeah.
and then
That's
you
right. He
disappear.
disappears. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Same concept.
Yeah, so that's just what I heard, and I think I get at that point it was kind of scary because like they're talking about like, well, now we're gonna go all rogue and stuff, like we're gonna go like invisible, and it kind of like made it think, like it kind of made me wonder like what's going on? Are we going to war with Russia? Because that would be a huge mistake.
Well, they're always inventing something new, technology wise.
Yeah, and I think like what I was thinking 3 years ago, 3 4 years ago, probably isn't as rational as it is now. I'm thinking, well, that's just how that's technology. Like the military always has to get better and better over time. Unfortunately, with our Canadian Armed Forces, we got like what 50,000 guys in the army.
Oh yeah, well look at America's military now. They're billions of dollars, huge wise,
Hmm.
and Donald Trump says they're not big enough. Like they're not. We need to put more money into our military. And they're already number one. It makes no sense at all. Like we're ready to go to World War III or.
Well, and yeah, like it's I don't know. I just think like it's good that yeah you need to spend your money on the military, um, but it's more like it's not so much even your technology, but like recruiting, and I think like For myself, I don't think I would ever join the armed forces. Just simply because I've seen a lot of things, and I mean, majority of it's been online, so you don't know you don't really know what's real and what's not real because everything's put online, so you can't, you only have so many reliable sources. But like with seeing a lot of veterans coming back, especially in Canada, like they don't get much help. I mean, they get money for whatever the treatment they need, whether that be PTSD treatment or like they need treatment for whatever wounds they have, which is great, and that's what our government should be doing is taking care of them. But at the same time, there was this video, this one veteran, he might have lost an arm or a hand or something, he got wounded, and he asked Trudeau, he's like, well, listen, like I got injured, blah 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 in Afghanistan, and like, and you're saying that we're asking for too much money from the government, which maybe they are, but then if you argue that, and you think, well, however, but the liberals think that they have enough money to give millions of dollars to terrorists.
Yeah.
I mean, I see their point of like what the like because obviously the one guy that got the 10 million, like the one guy for sure, yeah, like yes he was a terrorist, yes he killed a soldier, yes what he did was wrong, and yeah he was young,
But I'm
and
pretty sure he wasn't stupid though. Like
no,
he knew what he was doing.
yeah, exactly, and it's like, okay, you got enough money to give someone $10 million, 10 million,
Yeah.
like that's enough to destroy your life.
Well, not only that, I was looking at like this Olympics coming up. They were given I think $4 billion. They were going to hand out $4 billion when that could have gone to like the veterans and stuff. Like $4 billion. And I was just thinking, you know, firefighters and police officers and stuff like that. They don't make millions of dollars. And if you were like person hit a ball out of the park, you get millions of dollars, right? But you're not risking anything. The only thing you're risking is just you're gonna lose the game.
Right.
Person in the military, you're risking your life, and you're not making millions of dollars.
And well, it's good. It's an interesting thing that you brought up, yeah, because like it's almost like if you look at like communist countries, I'm not saying that I agree 100% with how it's run. Like everybody, no matter what. Like I was talking to a guy at the gym, and he grew up in Europe when it was like controlled by Russia, well, the Soviet Union, and he was talking about how no matter what kind of work you did, everybody kind of got paid the same, and I don't think that's right. Like I don't think that, yeah, communist is good, but the idea that why is it that this person makes more money, but yeah, like you said, they don't have so much at risk. Yet
I think in Germany they go by work, like how much weight you lift. So say the guy, like you work in a factory, right?
Right.
So the guy cutting the grass is making more money than you, and the only thing you're doing is putting a spring over here. The guy cutting grass, more sweat, more walking. He'll be making more money than you. That's how they'll judge, like the work that you do. They'll judge by the work that you do.
Right, and like yeah, like I get that, and I think that's how it should be. Like, but then if you look at it, like yeah, I mean, in the job I have, like the job that I have in community living, yeah, like my responsibility is people. So there's a reason why I get paid the certain wage that I do. And then if you go to a two position, like full time, yeah, you get paid more because you have more responsibility. So that makes sense. Versus if you were a part time, yeah, you don't have as much responsibility, but you still take care of people. You're still responsible of someone's meds. You're responsible of someone's health, their well being. So like I get that versus someone working in fast food. Well, they're only responsible for making the food or making drinks, whatever.
That's a lot of work, though.
But it's a lot. Yeah, and then at the same time,
I did.
Like, oh, I know. Yeah, you were at what? You're at like what, McDonald's for
About 6 years.
6 years, yeah. I think I was at Arby's for 4 years.
Oh man, the stuff they put you through, eh?
You know what? I mean, it's kind of...
Don't change the garbage. Mystery garbage. You don't know what's in there.
Exactly.
And the sanitation engineer makes more money than you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you're doing the same thing that guy's doing, except you're not on a truck.
Exactly. And like, I don't know, like I'm not saying that I am kind of grateful that I worked in fast food because I know what it's like to work there. And I find like some kids now, they don't really understand. Like, I'm not saying all kids. I'm not saying all kids. I mean, I'm sure there's some kids that work in fast food, but like, I don't know. I just find like, I just see a lot of things, and you see like how some kids are like, oh no, I wouldn't want to work in fast food. So fuck,
I don't want to get my nails dirty. That's not a good idea. That's terrible.
Just watch yourself. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings now. They need a safe place. You know, and that's kind of what I was going to talk about too, is the fact that like I find like we live in such a weak society now where if someone hurts your feelings, you need a safe spot.
Oh, you can't even punch someone now these days.
Well, you probably shouldn't punch someone. It's never a good thing. Like,
I was watching this old video. Like, you can just go out, like, have a fight, and shake your hands after, and everything's all right. Everyone's happy. Right?
Absolutely. But then
a lot less miserable people back then.
Mm-hmm. But like, unlike now, you have a fight, and then they still jabber about it on Facebook after.
I think it's a little bit worse now.
Yeah, it's probably worse now, but
it gets dragged on.
Yeah,
it goes in the archives.
Well, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just think like the whole idea about the technology and everything. It's like it just. I feel like almost as if like it just makes all the like bullying worse and makes all the fighting and bitching and bickering worse. Like, now it's these kids can't even, before my day, like I think Facebook came in, I was probably about 12 or 13 when Facebook came in and all the social media came in. And like before that, yeah, if you got bullied in school or you whatever happened to you, it would leave at school and you come home and you get a break from those guys, like, and then like, and then like coming back now, or like going back to the timeline now. Wow, in today's society, I feel like these kids don't really get a break.
I feel that today's kids, they can't communicate.
Absolutely.
Like, communication's completely gone. Like, you got like, the only way to get to that person's through texting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's ridiculous now these days. Because that's the way, like, I'm sure Steve Jobs didn't see that coming. Like, he probably thought, like, it would be a helpful tool for everyone, but...
Well, I mean, it is, like, it is helpful, like, don't get me wrong.
I think it's just overuse now.
Well, and that's the problem, but if you look at history over time, like, you think about it, for example, in the 50s, every family had one TV. And then as you saw throughout the ages, you get to the, you skip the years, or you skip, a couple, maybe like 20 years, and you see that now the families have 2 or 3 TVs, and then people from the older people from the 50s would think, well, I mean, why do you need 2 or 3 TVs? You're overkilling it. So you kind of see how everything kind of, it's the same thing with technology.
You think technology progresses progress and all that, but I think it's made us all a little bit dumber. Like, I went to Tim Hortons, and it was simple math, like change-wise. I can't remember what it was. And she had go to her phone, to the calculator.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I shit you not. She literally, like, went to her phone, picked up her phone, goes to the calculator, figured it out. And then I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, and she's young too. She's had been like 15, 16. That's the next generation coming up.
Wow, I'm excited. I'm excited for this
they're,
new generation.
They're gonna get to a bank. This next generation coming up, they're gonna get to a bank, and they're gonna tell them, you need to sign your name. They're not gonna know how to sign the name because they took cursive writing out of school.
Did they really?
Yes, they did. They took it right out of school.
Really?
So when they get there, they're not going to be signing the name. They're going to be printing their name. They're like, well, you're supposed to sign it. It's like, I did. No, that's not signing. That's printing. I can't believe it. That's the next generation coming up.
I just don't understand why they would take cursive writing out of school. I mean, because that's kind of like how you do
it's ridiculous.
your name. I mean, like I get it. Like if you look, I mean, obviously you can see in my room here, like with all these autographs. Like guys over time they make their own autographs.
Oh yeah.
Which makes sense, but it's all like they come off from cursive writing. Like everybody starts to slack off, and then they find how they sign their name, and it's crazy. It's crazy like that you know they take that out of school. I think that's crazy.
They took a lot of things out of school. Like I just found out like you remember we had paper like that, like binders and backbacks, like stuff like that. It's like tablets now.
What?
Yeah. A lot of these schools they don't even have physical paper anymore. It's all tablets.
Really?
You can pretty much, it's possible to cheat on your test now because you can connect to the web and like pretty much, and instead of handing in your paperwork, you email your paperwork in now. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I was like, oh, that can be good in some ways, but their writing skills and their printing skills are gonna be really crappy because they're not, I guess you don't really need it now these days because they got a phone or tablet, your computer desktop. But like if the internet ever crashed, you're pretty much screwed. Don't worry about anything because you might as well just sit there in the corner and look at a blank spot because you're done. You're not gonna know how to survive in the real world, right?
Yeah, and it's and going back to technology, I think like a lot of people have an issue, or not so much an issue, but they have difficulty when their internet goes out because, well, there it goes your feed, your Facebook, your whatever you need, your YouTube, whatever you're doing that you want to do on your phone or technology wise, or if you're gaming or you're an online gamer. Like I think a lot of people have difficulty with that because we're relying on it so much. And I'm the first one to admit it. Like, I have difficulty with it too. I like the other night I was trying to download something off of
lots
YouTube.
Of porn.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of porn, me. Got that Hub premium.
Hey, big boy, how's it going?
No. I was trying to get something off of YouTube, and pretty much my internet, it almost looked like it was on, but it had like an exclamation mark, so it looked like it wasn't fully on. So I kept unplugging my router.
That happens.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Especially, it's always
even loading screens. Like you don't watch a movie and it's like buffering, and you're like, oh god. Like it's 2018 and you still got buffering. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, I tried to remind myself that you should be thankful for what you have kind of thing. And I think a lot of people do, but like because of the whole technology thing, it really drives people nuts. And it kind of like, I think technology really has destroyed like the idea of being together with people.
Oh yeah.
And like, I mean, I remember I went out, I was with one of my clients at, or not McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and I saw a family there. This was like lunchtime. It was on a Saturday afternoon. I saw a family there, and half of them were on their phones, not even talking to each other. I'm like, you guys are going out for lunch.
That's
like,
true.
Jesus.
That's what my dad told me. He said he went to, he was in Toronto. He was in the subway there. He said, he looked at me, and he told me his story. He said, you know what, son? I think the zombie apocalypse is here. I was like, what are you talking about, Dad? You're crazy. Zombies? It's like, yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Honest to God, zombies are here. I was waiting for my train, and I just want to talk to this person, have a conversation.
Right.
And this person just started going on his phone. And he looked around. Everyone's on their phones. Everyone's walking mindless phone creatures, which we call zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Walking around, and it's like no one talks to each other. He said you could hear a pin or a pen or whatever drop on the ground. You could hear it. That's how quiet. A train station, and it was during rush hour.
Jeez.
Yeah, during rush hour, and it was quiet.
And I hear some people bitch and whine, I'll never get a girlfriend or never get a boyfriend, whatever. Well, get off your damn phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's not always the case. I'm just really into the story that your dad told.
Call 1-800, So.
Yeah. Yeah. I need some services tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight. 8:00 sharp.
Hey man, how's it going?
Hey, this is not what I ordered.
Get out of here. I want to talk to you. Get going, man.
My name is Chris Hansen. I'm with Dateline NBC. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy how technology just destroys the communication between people. Again, like the story you said about with like your dad told you, and yeah, and it's crazy. I think that I'm not trying to be all negative here. I think that phones are a great thing too. I mean, especially if you need to get a hold of someone, you don't have to always call them. You can always text them. So there are advantages too.
For the longest time, I didn't even believe in phones. I went all high school without a phone.
Really?
Yeah, all of high school.
Damn.
Yeah, when I got out, I got my first phone I got at Target. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. First phone from Rogers inside Target. And now they're gone.
Yeah, I remember when they went out.
Yeah.
But I think my first phone. You know what? The thing is about having a first phone. There's kids that are maybe 7 or 8 that have a cell phone already,
Yeah,
and I think I understand from a parent standpoint why they need the phone, because then they can get a hold of them. Hey, I'll pick you up here from school or whatever they need, right? But I don't know. I don't remember having but at the same time, I can see it being a negative thing because, and I don't want I feel like I've just been negative this whole thing, but I feel like it can be kind of a bad thing because, well, if kids have been given these things at an early age, they're expecting, this is what I get every year. I deserve. You don't deserve anything. I think in life you need to earn things.
Yeah.
And that's what teenagers, it's you see some teenagers and they're I need, I want. If you look at Black Friday and I get it. There are good deals in the States and people want things. I get it. If there's a 60-inch...
that's just ridiculous. I'm just watching that and I was like, this is ridiculous.
Well, if there's a 60-inch TV on for $300, obviously that's a great deal. Who wouldn't want that? But it's crazy.
It's not a great deal. It's a great deal for the company that made it, because it's probably worth less than that to even make it.
Oh, yeah.
It probably actually cost $300.
Oh, yeah.
They mark it up to, it's a big scam, for the whole year they mark it up. They're you know what? That's how we make our money. Black Fridays will make our money.
Well, and that's why they have it.
Yeah.
And but like I said, that's all good. Everything's great. Of course, I could see why people want those things. But it's crazy how people fight over things. But in reality, if you don't get it, are you going to be alive today?
Yeah.
Are you going to? Are you going
faces and stuff?
Oh, I've heard people getting stabbed.
I just watched this video last night, and they're rushing in there, and this woman took this package out of this kid's hand.
Oh, I saw that one.
And I was like, what? And she's like, you're harassing me. I'm scared. It's what are you scared of? You just took a package out of a little child's hands. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you're harassing me. No, don't take my stuff. I was like, wow, man.
Yeah, I think I saw that video, and yeah, that's the shit I'm talking about. It's It's crazy how selfish people are, and not just getting things, but then I remember watching a video. I couldn't really make out in the video what the people are grabbing at, but one guy grabbed it could have been a TV. One guy grabbed something and then went for another one. I'm like,
yeah, why do you need 2 TVs?
It's like, Jesus, like how selfish
Like,
and how much of a zombie can you be?
Yeah.
You guys are waiting in line for something that you're most likely not going to get because there's about 60 people in front of you, and it's like, it's like, but
that's the reason why
you don't need it. It's what you want, and that's what I'm trying to talk about is the fact that today's world, it's all about I deserve, I want. What about just being thankful for what you have? Like the TV we have, my dad bought that. I think it was on Black Friday in Canada. Maybe it wasn't, but we didn't stand out line. Nobody stood out line in Canada. Like, it's crazy how the States has this
line.
like.
Oh, I can't wait to get that fancy gadget I'm gonna not use. I use it once and I put it aside, or now you think about it.
Well, if you look at like some of the kids that get like the latest games, I can remember like back in high school, I was maybe grade 11 when one of the biggest Call of Duty games came out. I can't remember which one it was, but I remember like people that I knew. Like, yeah, I was there at 12 o'clock that night.
I remember those.
I'm like, what what are you doing, man? Go to bed.
Man.
Go to bed. Like, you got school no more. Oh, no. I'm going to play for 3 or 4
No, bro,
hours.
dude. No, bro.
Gotta play
I gotta go get my stuff, bro. Just, gotta get my shit, man. Come on, man.
Sounds like they're going for crack instead, the way he said that.
Gotta get my
stuff.
So what stuff you mean, man? I gotta get my shit, man. I gotta get it. It's good stuff, man.
I call it like the gamer tweaking syndrome or something.
It's the next gears, man. There's one extra gear. There's another gear, man. There's added extra gear there. I don't know why.
The latest Call of Duty came out. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, with like everything's now by demand. Like, I want this and want that, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, and going back to what I was saying about like with my phone, I think, because we kind of went off topic, but like with my first phone, I think it was like, do you ever remember when they had the 7-Eleven by Richmond Street?
Yeah.
I remember I got my first phone there. It was a Nokia phone. It was one of the biggest piece of shit phones I've ever seen. Like, it wasn't even, I wouldn't even consider it good. It was not even fair. It was horrendous. And it was like the shittiest phone. Like, it was like almost like
phone ever.
It was like almost like, what were they thinking when they made them? Anyway.
They were really drunk at the time. They just thought it was a good idea.
Well, it's a phone. It works.
If it's gonna sell, why doesn't it sell? What goes up must go down, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And then I think after that, my phones got better and better. And like, I mean, and I don't want to fall into that or not a category, but like, I don't want to fall into that habit of like, or falling into that group of people that say, I want this, I want that. But like, yeah, I mean, I think like if I want to get a nice phone and if I want something nice, I'm going to get it, you know?
Yeah. Well, didn't Willy Wonka teach us anything?
I don't remember watching that movie.
Really?
I mean, I'm sorry, I remember watching it, I don't remember the movie.
Yeah, well, teach us about greedy people. Just take what what you can. Don't be greedy about it.
Well, I saw this thing on Facebook. Remember the grandfather in the old one where he was like too poor to like go and work and stuff?
Yeah.
Or he was too old to go and work, and that resulted in him being poor. Mm-hmm. But yet then his grandson or whatever is like, Grandpa, I got a free ticket at Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. And he's like, oh, okay. He springs out of bed like he's like...
Start dancing.
Yeah. He's like, oh, okay. Well, okay, let's go. It's like... So I like that. I like that idea, like how you see a lot of people that can be working, but I don't know. It's just
yeah, I know, right? He can be working, but he's like, okay, now I'm gonna do something. But he's probably retired. He probably doesn't care anymore. He's like, I'm just gonna lay in bed all day. I was like, good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah.
Living life, I guess, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then I think, like, and I do you remember the flip phones?
Oh, no, yeah.
Those were the most annoying
those are
things I could
something
ever see.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Everyone made a deal about it, too, back then. I was like, this is silly. Like,
yeah, I remember they had the ones that are like slide, and then they had the ones that actually flipped open.
see, I was the original one. I just didn't do what they were doing.
What's that?
I was the original. You know, I was being original.
Right.
Did the complete opposite of what everyone else was doing.
Yeah.
Hey, I got this new cool phone, man. Look at this. I got this Iron Man phone. Iron Man phone? Oh, that's pretty good. I've got one.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what though? Even like when I was in high school, I don't remember the cell phone thing being a big issue. I swear.
No, actually, it wasn't.
It really wasn't.
I think towards the end, like, because it's been out now, right? Like when I get into grade 12, then people were like, oh, put your phone away, put your phone away.
I remember that. Yeah.
Get your phone out. Don't do that. Don't put your phone away.
I think it was my grade 12 or my fifth year lap. Yeah. I think that's when
because the iPhone was like invented in 2007. That's when we first started going to high school.
Yeah. Well, no, I
so
think
like
you did.
4 years later, 4 years down the road, now it's a thing now. So.
Yeah, I started going to. I went to McGregor 2008 or 2009 year. Yeah, because you were the year above me.
Yeah.
The reason why I was thinking that we were in the same grade is because we played football together.
Yeah.
And they had the two grades in the senior together. Yeah,
the same thing. That's what it was. Yeah.
It was good times.
It was good times. Good times.
You remember the football trips? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. Did you play Chatham Cougars, too?
No, I didn't play Chatham Cougars.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty good. Football trips were pretty good.
I remember the one we went to Hamilton. Holy Christ.
Oh, buddy. Don't let me... Oh, buddy. I think someone was smoking weed that day.
I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know if it was that year or it was a year after. It was the year after when we went to Toronto. I know someone was smoking pot.
Yeah, it might have been Toronto.
Who was it?
I think I was like second hand, and I was like running down the streets. I was like, what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. They were smoking in my room.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, hey, man, I'm just gonna have a little bit here. I'm just gonna have a little bit. Like, what do you mean have a little bit? The smoke detector's right there. Yeah, no, it's all right, it's all right. I'm just gonna have a little couple pops here. Pop.
Oh, who was the one guy on our team? Larry.
Can't remember his last.
He always had a kind of like a full.
Yeah, I know Larry. Yeah.
Yeah, Larry. I remember him and a couple of other guys. They brought like all like the younger guys into the sex shop, and we were all checking it out.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
That was a crazy night. And then he was like, "Oh, we were all underage, and we were all doing stuff." And
didn't you get like a hooker or something like that, a prostitute?
Was it that year, or was it?
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that too. No,
I was like, that's greasy, man. Like,
oh, dude.
He's like, well, it's not Chad's prostitute.
It doesn't matter where you're going. It's so greasy. No, I remember.
Like, these are Hamilton prostitutes. A little bit different. They got
They're iron glass. Well, all I remember was, I don't know why. I think we went out to shop because this is when I started smoking, like cigarettes, and well, I think we came back and I got to have a couple drinks and come in and I remember when they were in the bus, they're hauling out a bunch of girls out on the way to the hotel.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, I see there's like 2 or 3 girls, and they look like they were like 13, 14. Now, mind you, obviously it's so weird, but like these guys, most of us were like either 16 up to 17, maybe 18, maybe.
Yeah.
And these girls they're like 13, 14. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
What are you doing here? Yeah, what are you doing here?
And there was the one guy that was one of the grade 11 kids, and he's in there, and they're like, they kicked him out because it was all like the older guys that are in there.
Oh yeah.
And I said, someone's like, you guys are sick as fuck. Wait until Chris Hansen comes in and says, I want you to have a seat here.
You know what you're doing here? No, I wasn't looking for any little boys. I was looking for some man's butt.
Yeah.
Man's butt. We talking about. No. I'll tell you that. I was looking for you, Chris Handsome. That's why I said Chris Handsome. So I'll tell you what. I like you, and I want you. We can do this the easy way, we can do this the hard way. The choice is yours.
Yeah.
You see that video?
No, I don't
Yeah,
know
look it
that.
up. Boondocks, Chris Hansen.
Oh, they did that like almost like a
Yeah. The guy, it's like an actual guy in prison. Like he's that's how he talks. He talks like, hey, I wasn't looking for any little boys, Chris. That's how he talks.
All right.
And he actually says that. Like he's like, it's like, well, how do you do this in prison? Like how do you, I was like, I tell you like this. I like you and I want you. We can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. The choice is yours. I see you're choosing the hard way.
The Boondocks, right? That's the show?
Yeah, Boondocks.
Yeah. I just like that trip, man. That was just crazy. Like, and I remember Clarky, like, I remember the one time he caught me and a couple other guys in the hall. He's like, he got so pissed off because we were getting so loud. He's like, guys, go to fucking bed.
I think I was mature. I was always just
well, there was you
sleeping.
and,
I think I went to my room.
Who else was on the trip? Wathier?
Yeah, probably. Were we going to see an Argos game or something?
No, that was when we went to Toronto because you stayed back in 13. You stayed back in 13th.
No.
And then that was the year that I was in grade 12, and we went to Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
When I was in grade 11, that's the year that we went to Hamilton Tiger Cats. And then pretty much the whole team was still drunk the next morning.
We still played.
We still played against...
we still played a game.
Still played against who was it?
Niagara?
Niagara Falls team?
Yeah.
We still whooped their ass.
We still won. We kicked their... Everyone was, like, drunk, high. We didn't even, like... We couldn't see straight. Like, I know I was tired as hell. And I think my brother was there. I'm not sure.
I don't know if your brother got drunk, though.
No, he was in the room all night playing Halo.
It was him and Brunis.
Yeah.
Him and Brunis
together. All
together.
night in my room, all night playing Halo. And I'm trying to sleep, right? I woke up, they completed the entire game. I was like, holy shit, you beat the entire game? Like, yeah, it was only like 10 hours. You stayed up for 10 hours? Yeah, well,
Oh, jeez.
I was like, what?
Yeah, there was maybe like a couple guys, including you, that didn't really drink or do anything.
No, I didn't.
It was pretty bad. But I remember the Toronto trip, this is when I was really smoking cigarettes. Like, this is when I really was smoking. And I remember, like, I bought a pack of smokes here and there. And, like, I swear to God, like, everybody was, like, bumming smokes off me. We were just smoking in the room. And,
hey, man, can I get a smoke?
And then out of nowhere, someone decided to come in. Not in my room, but the other room besides. I went in there because everyone was in and out of my room trying to get beer off me and stuff. And I think, like, I went in there, and then I see these guys in the bathroom. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? They're like, get out of here, Kelly. I'm like, what are you doing? And they pulled the smoke detector out of the batteries out. And I can see they're all passing
around, yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, what are you guys doing?
Smoking in the rooms. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was a good night, too. But it wasn't as bad, but, like... And you remember Alex Goldoni, right?
Yeah.
I never seen the guy smoke cigarettes in my life. I'm like...
No.
And I remember I caught him smoking cigarettes. I'm like...
Oh, yeah, he was in my room, Alex.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, he was the one smoking the weed.
I was like, Goldoni.
That's what it was.
I was like, since when do you smoke? He's like...
Yeah.
And he just, like... I think he was just so out of it.
He was gone. He was in Dimension X by then. He was like, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Good guy, though.
And then apparently they were trying... I think that was the year that they tried to call the hookers.
Oh, yeah, it was, actually. I think so.
Yeah, that was the year they tried to call the hookers. The year before is when they got, like, a bunch of their girls to come over.
Yeah.
Some random girls off the street.
Yeah.
And, holy shit. That was just something. That was something else.
I was like, wow. And somehow we managed to play football still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then by that night, like, the Hamilton game, that was a good game.
It was cold, though.
It was cold as shit, though.
I don't even think I brought a coat. I think I should have.
Yeah, because everybody wanted. They told everyone to wear their jerseys. It's like, well,
yeah, we did wear jerseys. We didn't wear our coats. That was pretty dumb because.
Yeah, it's like
we're shivering.
Well, we were like, how the fuck can we wear our jerseys? Like, we had nothing that we could put underneath.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's like, you guys are used to it. You play in the snow. Whoa, it was cold.
Yeah, back in junior, that was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the Toronto Argonauts game was pretty good. And we always had good seats too, man. Like,
Yeah,
always.
How did we manage to get good seats?
I don't know. We just.
I think because it was like a group of us, and we're from high school. They're like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they got us a deal or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
usually because one year we went down to the field. Were you there? We went down to the field.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Well, we played. Yeah, we played on the field.
We played on the Ticats field, but I think we went down to the field in Toronto that one year to greet them, like high five them.
Oh shit, that's right. I remember that. And then some of the other guys were trying to get the pictures with all the cheerleaders and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess the one guy slapped cheerleader's ass and got in shit.
Yeah.
I can't remember who that was. I just remember somebody did that. Either it was that year or the year before. But
I was on TV for a couple seconds.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, it's good times, but it's crazy when you grow up and you're an adult. Fun times.
Yeah. Now it's like.
It's just like you can't do stuff like that. Like, I mean, you can, but it's like not the same. And like I don't know. Like I think like when everybody was partying when they were younger, it was a lot more fun because like you weren't supposed to do it, but you did it. So it was kind of like I don't know. And now it's like well, if I really want to drink, sure, I'll go to the store and grab some legally.
I didn't start drinking until I was out of high school.
Yeah, like same with me. I was
never really partier. I was more off to like going to bed early or whatever. I'm like, yeah, you guys do your thing, whatever. But now I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I won't stay up and party all night. Well, I mean, I have done that before. Like, you ever been in Toronto's parties?
No.
Oh man, they don't sleep there. They're all night parties. Like, you get there, and like, all right, buddy, we're going to the after party. Okay, well, how long is the after party? Oh yeah, well, it's till like 7 a.m. And then at 7 a.m. you were staying there partying. And there's another party. Okay, buddy, there's the next party we're going to. The next guy. I was like, oh my god, I'm going home.
Yeah, that sucks.
I was like, wow.
But like I said, I've never really been a huge partier, so like, yeah, I did my fair share, and like I even did, like when I was a teenager, yeah, I didn't do a lot of like partying or anything like that. I just didn't do a whole lot of it. It just wasn't really my thing. And I mean, of course, I enjoyed it every time I did, but it wasn't like I was never big on it, just because I was never really into that scene of partying, but I had my fair share, but
it was fun when it lasted.
Absolutely.
Now it was time to grow up. You know, I was like, yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Adult now.
Yep. That's pretty much how it goes.
Don't care now, right? So I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. But yeah, it's crazy how time flies.
You're like, forget about it.
But yeah, well, I just wanted to thank you coming on my podcast today. Appreciate it.
Well, no problem. No. It's an honor to be here. Yeah.
Especially always when it's with Luke Kelly.
Oh yeah. Luke Kelly's #1, the best in the world.
If your brother was here, he'd be like, Luke Kelly, folks.
That's all done, folks.
Thanks, guys, for listening.